The Soil Cup is more kind of like a social cohesion concept, where the soil is basically what everybody shares. Everybody has in common, and everybody basically need to share the same platforms together, and that's what the tournament is about. It's about players and teams coming from all walks of life, from privileged to underprivileged, because at the end of the day, football has no, privilege or underprivileged. It's a platform where people can come and express themselves.
This tournament was passionately driven by an old boy of the school, Lucky Mduna. I first bumped into him during 2019 when he was looking for a date to get the Soil Cup up and running during that time. Unfortunately, COVID struck us a few months later, and that put paid to the event. But if ever there's a persistent, passionate person that wanted to bring an amazing football event online, it's Lucky. And I'm so glad today to see 4 really good football teams taking part in the first ever inaugural Soil Cup at St. Stithians College.
The idea just basically stemmed from the fact that there's, football being played all over the country, but not everybody gets to play each other, and it's all kind of disjointed, people playing in their own kind of spheres or silos. So we want to basically try and bridge that gap and get everybody to kind of play each other and develop some kind of South African style of football.
This tournament, it was to send a message to say, why can't we introduce football in so-called white schools, more especially white expensive schools. You still have that bridge, that gap that we still have to bridge, where you have expensive schools and it's only rugby and cricket. I think it's wrong. I mean, the flip side of it, in the locations, you still have schools, netball and football only. Why not rugby? Why not cricket?
In the school sports space, sometimes so much emphasis is placed on performance, and we forget in the school space it's all about development. Development in the classroom, development outside the classroom, and in this case football's no different. It's developing boys to be the best, in this case boys, to be the best they can be both inside the classroom, both in the football field, and also outside the lines as young men as well. So from a developmental perspective, it's unquantifiable. It gives something to the boys to look forward to play, develops their football skills playing against high quality opposition. And the more quality football fixtures that we can arrange for our boys at school, the better quality footballer we are able to then go into the university system, the club system, and all the professional outfit as well.
What we want to do basically is give them a platform where they can be seen. Those that are talented can have an opportunity to be scouted, and those that and others can have an opportunity to maybe get, to move to other schools. Coaches can also get a chance to move around if they're talented, and they can get scouted by other schools. So it's not just the kids; it's also the coaching and the teaching staff that would benefit from it.
St. Stithians has got many networks, both locally and internationally, and we've got a lot of overseas schools and universities, mostly universities, looking at top footballing talent in our country. We've got almost 60 million people in our country. A huge percentage of that is passionate about football. So the more tournaments like these that we have to unearth the top talents, naturally people from around the world are going to be interested. So the more the merrier. And that's another positive benefit that Lucky and his team have achieved in hopefully hosting the Soil Cup. And I must just say, I know that it's going to grow. I know it's going to grow, it's going to be incredible, and in a year or 2 or 3's time it's going to be one of the premier schoolboy, and I'd like to think schoolgirl football events as well.
Our company name is called Aspire Atlantic, and what we do is we scout not just South African boys and girls, but all around the world. But we are based here in Johannesburg in South Africa, and what we try to do is we try to get students across to the States on a sports scholarship, but at the same time to get them educated there. So our main goal is actually to get them that degree, but in playing the sport that they love at the end of the day. So what we do is we go to these sporting events, we try to find the most talented out there, we try to see if we can offer them any help to get them across, and we have a good success rate. We have 100% placement rate, so if we do accept you into the program. All right, so that's our main goal, is to get students across to the States.
On the banner, they showed all the scouts, all the sponsorships. one of the goals there was just to come and show out.
These kids actually are calling us actually to say we want to be involved in football. We want to play football to the highest standard. So as the Soil, we're here to say it's a call. It's a call not only from us, but it's a call from the kids. Let's work together, hand in hand, to make sure that we implement what these kids want.
We've started off with 4 teams, 2 games per day. It's been really competitive. The 2 best teams are playing off in the final game. It lands up being a final, Clapham and St Stithians. Really professional tournament. Like, he's pulled out all the stops. He's obviously got a great network and a great number of supporters in the football field. And don't all of us want to see football in the country do well? Look at how amazing, look how proud we were when Banyana came back, and we love to see the same for men. And a tournament like this is really the start of that.
We basically sent out invites to everybody, and those that responded and wanted to participate responded. And when the registrations were closed, we had to unfortunately accept the ones that accepted first. And yeah, it wasn't any kind of cherry picking or anything like that.
I thought it was going to be very difficult, but it was what I was expecting. With 4 schools, a bit easier. Hopefully next year that's when it's going to be very difficult. But a lot of talent, A lot of talent.
I know. Look, when we got the call, we Clapham. It's the best football school in the country, and such opportunities that they come, we always try to give our children, opportunities, platform to go and showcase their talent. And we had its inaugural tournament. We said, why not? Let's be the first there and be the first one to win it and write the history, and that's what we did today. Look, we had a plan, and what we discussed, in our pre-match conversations. We said to the boys, we're playing St Stithians is at home. They'll have their crowd here backing them. So it's important that we start well, keep them at bay, try to get early goals, and see how far we go. And it worked well for us because we got early goals that we needed in the first half. As you can see, in the second half, it was a bit difficult to penetrate and going forward, but we got the goals that we needed in the first half, and that our strategy worked to finish the match in the first half.
Oh, we got beat by a better team, there's no doubt. Kudos to Clapham, played great football, and there's a reason why they're the national champs. They really are a solid team. Wish we'd given them a better game, more competition, but really they're just a classy outfit. They did definitely deserve the victory today.
Yeah, the football today was magnificent. It was nice to see. Yeshiva had conceded 9 goals before they came into today's match, but they played with more purpose. They played with more direction, more organisation. I was really impressed with them, and hopefully they can take today out of this tournament, if any other day, and build on what we've seen and go forward. Of course, for Curro, maybe a little bit unlucky against Clapham yesterday with a late penalty, but that they played well. For St Stithians, it almost seemed like a bridge too far for them once they'd conceded 3 goals in the second half. When you're playing against a side that's the schools champions of South Africa, it's always going to be a tough ask to try and come back from that. But they played well in the opening 2 games. They beat both Curro and they beat Yeshiva. They only conceded 1 goal in the tournament before they met Clapham. But Clapham just showed their quality. The control over the ball, it's almost like a mini Sundowns. Short passing game, keeping possession, frustrating the opposition, Shaya on the attack and scoring goals. Yeah, it was wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. Love it.
The tournament's gone really well, professionally run. If I think back to when I was a schoolboy, which is many years ago, 15, 16, 17 years old, what an incredibly professional, brilliant event to be a part of. So privileged to host it, privileged to be able to host it at St Stithians, and it must be a privilege for both boys and coach to be a part of as well.
Them just coming to play football, they also get to create relationships, form friendships, form memories, and that goes a long way. After school, you might bump into each other again, remember instances that you had on the field and moments that you shared, and it could turn into business opportunities, or could turn into long-term friendships, or could turn into business partnerships. You never know, but it's just to create those platforms where people can actually have those experiences.
I think our expectations were probably less than what we saw, and to see how these players took it, it makes us happy. To see how enjoyable it was to the parents, spot on for us. To see how the schools actually were on point about it. We're happy. We're really happy. I really hope they took the fact that football is not just the game that you play in the park. It can take you places, you know. It can teach you things, you know. It can open up your mind. I hope that they really took that. I mean, I had a chat with some of them to say, I'm from the poor background, but because of football, I have managed to travel the world. I have managed to study. I'm the qualified coach because of football. So it just depends how hungry you are. The more the more hunger in the belly you have for this game, and not cutting the corners, it will take you far. That's exactly what I said to them, and I really, really hope they took that home.
What you achieve comes from you just being free and doing what you do, and that's what we want. To have guys just go out there and just play and enjoy yourselves. Obviously, put in the hard work, because nothing comes without putting in the hard work. But at the end of the day, you can sit back and you can say I had fun, win or lose. It doesn't matter. Winning is one thing, but what you gain out of it is what we want from the players. The parents have had a good experience, the kids have had a good experience. So I think it's been a success.